you're a professional?
Are you?
That's it, Clark. Show him who's boss.
Oh, we're all in this together.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the Clark Griswold YouTube channel. I am Mr. Clark Griswold. Thank you guys again, as always, for being here to tune in to this video. If you're new to the strat, new to the channel, or if you guys are struggling with your trading, we are about to change the way that you guys trade. Okay, you can start by going down below, clicking that subscribe button, and that bell gives you the notifications for when I put out videos just like this one every single day. Guys, this is our watch list for Thursday, June 30th. Okay, I do videos like this. I do top 5 plays of the day every single day. I do weekly swings, monthly swings, and I've got a crap ton of learning videos and tools for you guys to help you trade in the stock market and become better traders, okay? Over 200. I've got playlists set up, so you guys just need to click on those playlists. You can watch those videos. Everything from broadening formations to what these little candlestick the numbers on the candlestick numbers mean. How to trade different setups, how to manage your trades. Sarah Strat Sniper's 50% rule, the hashtag 30 and 30. I've now got 5 videos on that. How to play gaps if we gap above our triggers in the morning. I've got 2 videos on how to play the gappers. So a multitude of videos for you guys to help you out. You can also follow me on Twitter. I send out tweets daily with trade setups that I'm watching. If you have comments or questions, you can ask them there. You can DM me there if you need questions answered. I will answer them for you. Usually get back to you guys within the same day. I'm pretty adamant about that stuff. Okay, also one thing I've just got new on the board here is I use TradingView. Okay, so if you don't use TradingView and you're new, you can click on the link below. They'll give you a 30-day trial, and then if you decide to go with the subscription for TradingView, you'll also get up to $30 off depending on which subscription package you go to. I think there's 3 different ones. So you can click on that link and go check it out if you're not using TradingView already. This is for new users only, okay? So that link is in the description below. One other thing, guys, here before I get started, I like doing these. I actually love doing these videos, okay? I love doing them every day for you guys. I also really want to keep this stuff free for you guys. So in order to do that, in order for me not to start a Discord, which again, I really don't, at this point, I don't really want to do. So for me not to do that and not charge for this information and these videos and what I'm doing, I want to keep it free. I want to keep the money in your pockets. And it sucks, but watch those ads if you can. Don't even watch them. Just let them play through because those ads keep this stuff free for you guys, okay? That's essentially why they're there, is so that I can make these videos and you guys can watch them and get the information for free, okay? So thank you for doing that for those of you that are doing it already. And on one other note, I want to thank Natalie. I'm not going to mention the last name, but she clicked that super sticker down below, the super thanks, and gave me a huge donation. So thank you very much, Natalie. It's greatly appreciated. If you guys want to do the same thing, you can click that. There's a bunch of different options there to donate to the channel, or you can click the link in the description below for the PayPal donation link, okay? So let's get started on our watch list for Thursday, June 30th. Now that we're through all those introductions, they seem to get longer and longer as we the longer I have this channel, but we'll find a way to shorten them. Okay, so Neo, if you guys follow me, you guys always know if there's a setup on Neo, I'm playing Neo, okay? So Neo had a 2 down, a gap down, opened up here, and we trended all the way back up, way up to here, and it was up and down. Neo did this. We had big waves of Neo all day. We went from -5 to, negative 0.5 to -5. It was all over the map. So Neo's got a 2 down that finished green. Means we only broke below the bottom of the previous candle. and we finish green. So that gives me probability that this is potentially going to trend back up. And if we take that trade, we're going to wait till this new candle on the new day on the 30th. It doesn't exist here, okay? Right where I'm moving up and down. The new candle will come in there. If it triggers here, then we're in the trade. Okay, at 22.30. You can buy common shares, you can buy options. That works the same way. Just your percentages are going to be smaller, okay? And then our first target, as we always do, or the first order of magnitude or pivot point, is just the top of the preceding wick, okay? And guys, this is partially why this stuff is the easiest strategy that you guys will ever find, is because all we're doing is we're doing what the candlesticks are telling us to do, okay? This candlestick is green, 2 down, green. It's telling us the probability is that I'm heading back up. And if you want that to happen and you want to get into this trade, you buy at the top of my wick. And if you want to get out of the trade, you sell at the top of my friend's wick that's sitting right next to me. And it's that simple, okay? And it may not seem simple now, but the more you watch this stuff, it's just going to click one day, and a light's going to go off. And you're going to be like, holy cow, I can't believe how you might use different words, but I can't believe how easy this stuff is, okay? So trigger at 22.30, first target at 23.45. A lot of people ask me, Clark, do you just stay on the daily chart when you're watching this stuff? I don't. So I have a bunch, and again, it's another playlist of trade review videos on where I go through trades, where it entered, where I would have exited. There's a bunch of plays on some of those review videos where I lost on the trade. Then I showed you where I got out, or I would have gotten out if I had traded that particular play at that time. Okay, so I usually, if this triggers, I usually switch down to the 5, and I hop around between the 3, the 5, and the 15. And I'm just looking for reversals. And I'm just watching those 3 different charts. And if I don't hit targets, I'm watching for that reversal and where I can get out. But go watch those trade review videos. That'll help you guys manage your trades. It doesn't tell you exactly how to... it doesn't tell you guys exactly how to do it, but it gives you guys a pretty fair idea on how to accomplish it and how to work it, okay? So that's the first play. That's NEO. Next up, we've got AMC. So AMC, this is what we call a rev strat, guys, when we have a 1 and then a 2 bar, and we're looking for a 2 in the opposite direction, okay? So I like to see this the day in the week when I'm day trading. These 2, I like to see the same color. If we're trending up, I want them to be green. If we're trending down, I want them to be red. Okay, on the day trades, on the swing trades, I like to see that monthly, that same color as well. And then everything else is just a bonus. So 1, 2 down, 2 up reversal is what we're looking for here. We have this time frame continuity with us currently. If you want this indicator, it is, you click on your tab, type in time frame continuity, author is board rider B. The candlestick numbers are candle type the strat. If you want something a little different, you can try out the strat, all one word, teach V2. Okay, I'll just pull it up here so you guys can see it. And I'll show you exactly what it does. So it's called the Strat Teach is it the Strat Teach? Give me a second here. The Strat, all one word, Teach V2. Okay, and then what it does is it gives you these candlestick numbers on the top with arrows showing you which direction the 2 is. Also gives you the 1s and the 3s. And then it gives you the actionable signal. You can see here a rev strat, 1, 2, 2, up. And then it's got the quarterly, monthly, weekly, and daily, which is what you guys are seeing right here with the arrows in the direction that they are currently going, okay? So I don't use this, but I keep it on here to show you guys on almost every video, okay? So rev strat, 1, 2, 2, reversal to the upside, calls at 1391, and then our first target, as always, is just the top of this wick, okay? Now that we have that stuff out of the way, these things will go through a little bit faster. So next up, we've got Moderna. 2 down, green. We can look for calls on this one at 144.44. And you see the week here is red. Okay, so this bar is Wednesday, this bar is Tuesday, this bar is Monday. As soon as we pass here, because that's where it opened, as soon as we pass here, that week is going to turn to red. So we will have that day in that week, green. And by the time we trigger, that day and that week will be green. Okay. The other thing, like I said, if we gap up, if this stock opens above this line here, then you can look to play a gap play. And if you don't know what those are, I think there's a link somewhere in this top right-hand corner. It'll come through the video, I think. If not, go to the playlist and go find the gap videos that I've got, okay? So you can play them off the 15 or the 30-minute orb. So go watch those videos and it'll tell you how to play it if the play gaps up, okay? Because basically this trigger becomes nullified and then we just start playing the gap. Okay, next up we've got Apple AAPL, 2 down, green. We can take calls at 140.68. And again, here's our Wednesday bar, Tuesday bar, Monday bar. This is where we would flip to green. So it is after the trigger, but this play is a little less likely because of that, or the probabilities are less because of that. Amazon had a 2 down that finished green, so we can take calls at 111.03, and then our first targets are right here at 114.82. Okay, and same thing, we'll flip green right here at the bottom of this. At the bottom of this candle. So before we hit targets again. So again, those trades become a little bit less probable. Sorry, one other thing, Shannon, if you're watching this, I talked to Shannon on Twitter Spaces today. I think it was Shannon. He's from Canada. He talked to me about trading small accounts and how difficult it is. I've got a video on 10 plus stocks that have cheap premiums, or at least they did at that time of that video. It's ticker symbols like Ford and Apple and NEO, Carnival Cruise Lines. So AMD, I think, is another one on there. So it's tickers that have premiums that are below $1. So if you're looking only to spend $100 and you need to spend, buy 3 contracts or 4 contracts, those tickers give you the ability to do that. So you can go check that out on my YouTube channel as well. Okay. Next up, we've got Chewy. Chewy's got a 2 down green, so we can look for calls at 35.80, and our first target again is just above this, at the top of this wick of the previous candle. And again, the third candle back is where we would flip. So again, probabilities are less because this week is red, but we will see what happens. CL, that's Colgate-Palmolive. So Colgate-Palmolive, this is where we get into these guys now. These 3-1-2 setups, okay, they're very powerful. They don't happen a lot, but when they do, you can see, oh, that's not a 3-1, that's a 1-3. So let's go check. Here was a 3-1, and then it gapped. I guess it came, where did we open? Here, and we trended down. So this was a really good gain before it went outside bar. Okay, we'll go back to, I'll try and find one more here to look for you guys. Like I said, they don't happen very often. You got to go back to find them. This one's from March of this year, 3-1 setup, and we had, look at this incredible run down. This would have been an extremely good trade on CL, okay? So they're very powerful. They give us the probability that these things are going to work out in our favor when we jump in. So outside bars break the high and low of the previous candle, and inside bars stay within the range of the previous candle. Okay, and I'll always tell you whether it's a 3-1 setup or a 1-2 setup. When we look at these inside bars, I want you guys to think of a spring being tightened and coiled, or a jack in the box. And when that thing releases and explodes, it's jumping to one direction or the other. And that's what we hope to happen on the inside bar setups, and then these 3-1 setups that are even more rare. So we can look for calls at $80 even. Time frame continuity looks great with the day, week, month, quarterly all in our favor. And then the probability of puts are a lot less, and the probability of a put working out are a lot less based on the time frame. But we can take puts as well at 78.98, and then our targets are marked just at the top and bottom of the previous candle. Comcast CMCSA has a 2 down green. We can call that a hammer candle. So we can take calls on this one at 39.41, and we will look to re-trigger on the weekly, which is this pink line here. So a 3-2-2 reversal is what we're looking for, and we flip at the pink line basically is where this week would flip to green, okay? That's on Comcast. D-Dog, I think D-Dog might have a 3-1 setup. Nope, 2 down green for D-Dog. So again, calls at 101.03 on D-Dog. Etsy, 2 down green. And we can take calls on this one at 75.45, but the flip doesn't happen till way up here, so this trade isn't probably one I'm too interested in on Etsy. Not saying that it won't work, I'm just not overly interested in it based off of the time frame continuity. Okay, so here's another 3, 2 down that finished green, 2 up reversal that we're looking for. Okay, we would flip right here at the bottom of the third candle, the body of it. So we can take calls at 96.40 on EW, and we'll move that first target right to there. Okay, GME, that's GameStop. GameStop again, 2 down green. We'll look for calls on GameStop at 126.38. Goldman Sachs, I believe, had a 3-1 setup. Just an inside bar, sorry. So inside bar doji candle on Goldman Sachs. We can look for calls at 307.44. By that time, this would obviously be green. The week would also be green. Or we can look for puts at 299.86. And the week will flip to red right here before we even trigger, okay? So GS could really go either way, and you would have time frame continuity on the day and the week. The better trade is obviously to the downside because the month, quarterly, and yearly were all red as well. Okay, another 3-1 setup on KDP. This one also has cheap premiums on option plays. So 3-1 setup, we already talked about them and how rare they are. We can go back to try and find one. And we have to go back to here where we had outside, inside, into a double inside bar, and then a run up. Okay, so I'll try and find one on its own here. And again, we're going back to here, and it looks like it went outside bar, inside bar, whoops, and then back to an outside bar. So again, this is just showing you guys that these plays aren't foolproof. I'm not here telling you guys that this is guaranteed win. It's not guaranteed win night, okay? It's sometimes they work and just sometimes they don't, and you just have to make sure you guys are controlling where your stop losses are and where you're getting out of the trade. This is the last one we'll look at on Keurig. We had an outside bar, inside bar. We broke down and we hit first targets, and that's all we ask. Okay, if we hit first targets, we've accomplished our trade. And guys, sometimes we don't even have to hit first targets. If you're not hitting first targets and you're up 20+% on a trade, I really would be looking at, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. What was I talking about? Completely lost my train of thought. Oh well, we'll move on. Sorry, I feel like Joe Biden. Okay, KDP, Coca-Cola. Something popped up on my phone and I read it and I lost my train of thought. Coca-Cola has an outside bar, inside bar. Again, 3-1 setup. We can take calls. We'll move this one up just a tad. Calls at 63.10, puts at 62.43. And again, outside bar, inside bar. We can go back in history and look real quickly. We'll look at one here. But here it is, outside bar, inside bar. And again, we didn't even hit targets. That's what I was talking about, hitting targets. Okay, if you're not hitting targets and you're in that 20% range, take your money, okay? Take some profit out of that. Take your 25%. 25% is a really, really good trade. So I know you guys see people making hundreds and 1,000% plays, but trust me, you take 25% on a trade every day, you will be a successful trader, okay? MasterCard, this is one I really like to play a lot just because the premiums are a little bit higher and the spread between the bid and the ask is a little bit far apart from my liking, but I'll put it on here anyways with this 3-1 setup, and we can take calls at 326.11 and puts at 318.26. I'd like to see this thing trend down based on the time frame, but we'll see what happens on Thursday. Okay, 2 down green on Microsoft, so we can take calls at 261.99 on Microsoft. Oracle is up next. I think Oracle had a 3-1, if I'm not mistaken. Oracle just, yeah, it had a 3-1 setup. So again, calls at 70.09, puts at 68.78. If we trend down, we've got this full time frame continuity to the downside right across the board. And I'll do a quick 3-1 setup here just to see what we had in the past. 3-1, beautiful break up for 2 days. Okay, and I'll try find one more here for you guys, and we're almost done. Okay, here's a couple of them right in a row, back to back. 3-1, boom, up to the top, broadening formation. 3-1, this one, again, the magnitude wasn't there. So again, this wasn't a real great trade. We'd have to go back here, would have been your next target, which you wouldn't have hit. Okay, so this wasn't a, or did you? Nah, you wouldn't have hit it. This wasn't a great trade, okay, because the magnitude was there, and you would have hit it, but it's not an overly great trade because you don't have that move off of the first target, and I like to see a little bit of space there in order for these to work out, or having the probability of them working out a little bit better. A few more plays here. Pfizer is up next. PFE has an inside bar. Okay, we also have this inverse hammer or shooter candle. Okay, so that's a bearish pattern. It's a little less bearish because we finished green, but bearish nonetheless. And then we can put in our target to the downside, like so. We'll change that to green so you guys aren't confused. Uno. Dos. I would like to see this one trend down. And Pfizer is another one that has the cheap options. Hey, I want to read a message here. I said, CMAX Energy on YouTube said, I had 2 ads back to back over 2 minutes long. It's not the first time for long ads. Are they telling you these ads are only 15 and 30 seconds? No, they're not. I don't know what ads they're putting on. I can't control that. If it's a 2-minute ad, guys, I don't expect you to sit there for 2 minutes and listen to that garbage that they put on there. But if they're 15 to 30 second ads, thank you for watching them. If you want to watch those 2-minute ads, that's awesome. I appreciate that, but I really can't make you guys do anything. I can't make you guys watch the ads, but I appreciate when you guys do. So CMAX Energy, if you're watching, no, I don't control the ads, so I don't know if they're 2-minute ads, 10-minute ads, or 5-second ads, to be honest with you. I can't control that portion of it. So that's PFE, guys. Again, another one with low premiums if you're looking for option plays. So that's one that I will be looking at. And guys, if you want to know what's on the top 5, if there's inside bars or 3-1 setups, I guarantee you they'll be on my top 5 list, okay? So Procter & Gamble, PG, inside bar, calls at 142.86, puts at 141.15. Puts are obviously more probable at this point because of the time frame again to the downside. So we'll see how that one plays out. Starbucks has a 2 down that finished green. We can look for calls on this one at 77.15. It is a 3, 2 down, 2 up reversal. This right here at the bottom of the third candle back is where we would flip for this week to be green. And guys, that's the list. So thank you guys very much. Again, don't forget about that link if you don't have a TradingView account, which is this platform that we're using here. If you don't have one, click on that link. You'll get a 30-day free trial. And then if you decide to subscribe, you get that up to $30 off depending on which subscription you choose. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe down below. Click that bell. Thank you guys for watching the ads. Let's keep this stuff free and the money in your pockets. And we will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.